Welcome, welcome. It is Fri-Yay. Some of my friends we've got some competing lives tonight. A lot of people want to go live, and that's fine. It's Fri-Yay for everyone. Uh, I am starting to try to do 2 lives on Fri-Yay. There's a morning Fri-Yay, which is more dedicated to like talking about health and my recovery from fibromyalgia, which I am trying to get going and hopefully will get going now that we're gonna, hey, Diva, what's up? Diva in the dirt. Um, try to get going with that. I'm doing research again, and also after the holidays, we'll be eating right. I can't guarantee I'll be eating right during the holidays. That's really a hard guarantee to make. Hey, Duncan, 1900 Homesteads, good to see you. Brenda. And we had, I don't know if he came back in or if he's listening. We had KP Heathen come in first tonight. Thank you for that, KP. Appreciate it. But yeah, during the daytime and that I've been crafting while we've been just talking about those things. I was kind of shocked with stuff that I found out. Not like, I shouldn't say I was shocked. I was upset. I was mad. And that's on my morning one uh, about what I found out about fibromyalgia and where mine might have come from. And I have to say that, we're used to the typical letdowns, because, that's what happens with, it seems like, the community that's supposed to take care of us physically. They're not all bad. It's just to tell somebody that part of their body is, you know, you don't need it is really an untruth. But, what he could have said was, it's not functioning right. We can't fix it, but here's what you're going to face without it. That would have helped. So you can, check out my morning one if you want to see what I was talking about that today. And I'm going to probably continue to talk about that in the morning, and then nighttime is to kind of hang out with friends and see what everybody's up to, and probably still, fool around and make things. I was trying to make another ornament, just trying to come up with like inexpensive ornaments and crafty things, because I don't know if you do this, but I like to work with my hands, and I can't do a lot of the heavier stuff I used to do, like fixing things around the house. I can't get into all that right now until my health hopefully returns and my strength returns to me. But so I've been doing stuff for, I don't know, just scratching that itch, as they say, you know, creative itch. Oh, good. You came in. Hey, Gardening Warrior Q and Storms Radius and Cats. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I tried to not have conflicting lives, spoke to a certain someone, and they said they weren't going live. Then I set up my live, and then I saw the message that they were going live. So, yeah, that happens, you know, and I know he's got his stuff to do, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I just don't want, anybody to think that I'm doing this. I don't like that feeling. Like, I've had people, oh, well, that so and so's on, and I saw you were on, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm usually on Friday. If I can do Friday, I do Friday. If I can't, it's usually for a good reason on my end, that I can't. Yeah, I thought he was kind of too. I thought he hit the spot. It's okay. He gets to do that. He could come up here and do that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna drop the link, and yeah, if anybody wants to come up, except for trolls, please do not come up if you're a troll. I do not want to see any little smokies. I don't want to see anything else. Just need to see your face if you are coming on my panel. If I do not recognize you, you may be booted if I don't recognize you. So just be prepared for that, especially if you're not in my side chat. So yeah. And I think some of them even cloak, so I have to be careful with that. But that's okay. We can do that. We can do hard things. We can. So yeah, I'm going to drop the link. There's not much new since this morning, other than we found out that, and I think I might have shared it. Yeah, I shared it because he had left before I did my live. our inspector found out that our panel probably needs replacing. And then I spoke to somebody who's an electrical contractor in a different state, and he said, yeah, you might want to replace that because it's been implicated in some electrical fires. Like, who wants to keep that after you find that out? That's kind of scary. So yeah, I got to talk to my doctor. Got to talk to my I play doctor with my husband. I got to talk to my husband about that because that's really scary. I was going to come up just to troll you. Funny. Yeah, I am, but I watched the video, so I kind of know what's going on and everything. But I yeah, I do the it takes me a moment. My brain is I wish I would have sorry, I know I thought you'd like that. Not I need like coffee. I should have made coffee for myself. My brain is not engaging. My ADHD or fibro fog or whatever it is engaging instead. If I knew I was like off from Fri-Yay tonight, I might have gone to bed early. Aw, thanks, Gardening Warrior Q. For yeah, we all have our things that we're doing with our lives and busyness and just things coming up. And then now with this whole thing that they're scaring the crud out of us with the kids getting sick all over, that is really. Oh, no, you're more than welcome, Brenda. That's fine. Sometimes we need to talk about hard things, and that's okay. That's okay. I just, with sometimes when I know I have somebody who does have trauma in my side chat, I will ask for certain hard things to be withheld, is all. But no, you were fine. And obviously, that person wasn't there or that thing wasn't going on. I guess that was going on before when I've asked. I know, go make some coffee. You can wait. No, that'll be weird. It's just me up here. I did get one of my catalogs. My seed catalogs came already, which was kind of nice. The So True seeds came, and what do you know? We were talking about the mushrooms that, and Brenda had a kit, and they have, if you go to So True Seeds, which I would like to do this, but my husband is very against like us having wood out in our backyard close to the house, which unless it's cedar, that's the only way I can have it. And even then, he doesn't want me to have it because of the termite problem. And yeah, look what you can get there. Dun da da da. Mushroom plugs and a mushroom kit. And yeah, they have the mushroom log starter kit, and then they have the mushroom plugs, which would be awesome. Hey, hello, sir.
Hey,
You hanging out? Hey, did you get to see that because you were on your way up? That right after we were talking about it, everybody's going mushroom crazy. Mushroom plugs are available on So True Seeds, and a
huh,
mushroom kit to do that too. Mushroom log starter kits, and they give you everything for either the
probably
top
got them.
or
Might have some of those already growing out here.
yeah, you're lucky enough to have some of the good ones up there.
We have some that are not so good, but they're still nice to look at.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be careful too with the ones that are the fake, the lookalikes. Hey,
Mm.
Lark's Homesteadish. Hey,
Hey,
Garrett.
Larch.
Thanks for transferring from the Auburn. Oh, I don't. Sorry, don't follow college football. Is that what that is? Transferring from Auburn.
I don't know.
I think it is. My husband follows that, Garrett, and it's the funniest thing because he grew up with University of Miami. He still roots for them, but I'm a smaller college, FAU, who wasn't allowed to have a football team for quite a long time until their academics were established. The woman who
Yeah.
gave them land to create the school or funding made them sign a contract that until the college, the academic parts of the college were established and strong, they were not allowed to have a football team.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Huga. So that's my alma mater, and then his daughter, uh, my daughter too now, went to FSU, and I don't think, well, Nova doesn't count. Nova is, I think, mainly academic, but FSU. So we don't have anybody in the family that's gone to U of M, but he's still, that's his team. Funniest thing. But it's because that's who they used to pull the Dolphins players from. And he's a hardcore, he'll always be a Dolphins
They're
fan, no matter,
homestead.
yeah, no matter how bad they are. All right.
I,
So yeah, go ahead.
I checked on the high school over the next county. The Patriots lost to Harrison County. So sad.
Oh, was that a high school that you were familiar with, or?
Yeah, my kids went to it for a little while.
Oh, okay.
My first marriage in a decent school, but
Yeah, mine.
haven't worked at that radio station. I, had to run the games from remotely and all that stuff.
I just did this, I
I
think.
still root for them once in a while.
Yeah, that's how I would be if I went to a homecoming
As
game, like at my alma
basketball,
mater.
yeah.
I'd be the same way. I was supposed to go to my high school's homecoming, and I got sick. I was there at the restaurant with two of my friends from high school, and I had a bad reaction to whatever they served us. I had like an allergic bad reaction, and I couldn't go. I was like almost sick on their bathroom floor. And what do you know? That restaurant is no longer there anymore. Go figure.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Had
Hey, Radio Jonesy, welcome.
Larks, that was Lincoln County, Kentucky against Harrison County, Kentucky. It was two high school basketball teams. It would be Stanford as their county seat.
I'm definitely getting nervous about hearing about these kids getting sick with having my little one who keeps his hands in his mouth a lot. It just, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's bothersome to me.
I
Because,
can't. I rode with Goblin and his wife to Walmart today,
mm-hmm.
and
Hey,
they
Bob.
stayed out.
No, you're there. You're over there,
Hey,
Bob.
Bob.
Like,
Yeah, you're not here. You're there.
you're there.
We're here.
We're here. You're there.
I tell you what, I couldn't shake the feeling that when they speak of situational awareness.
Yeah.
I felt like I was paranoid. I was just like looking over my shoulder because there was such an ominous feeling in that store.
Oh,
And I could
yeah.
not get all the things on my list as, faster. Like I was just like
Mhm.
rushing myself and,
Yeah.
really creepy feeling.
Yeah. Q, that was my team too until FAU um, got their football team. But doesn't matter. I don't usually watch college ball too much. My husband watches what he wants to watch on that. And I was basically a football widow because he was a miserable football watcher when we first got married. Talk about hyper focus. Woo.
Hey, Radio Jonesy.
Yeah, what is it? It's bacterial pneumonia. So, well, then the bacterial pneumonia that Hannah had, she had walking pneumonia, Brenda, and it was azithromycin. And you basically IV azithromycin or Z-Paks if you can, if the kids are old enough. And that was the only antibiotic that really kicked it out. That's what they told us. It was mycoplasma. That was the name of it, mycoplasma.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The CPAC is the only thing that seemed to work for me.
Huh?
CPAC was the only thing that seemed to work for me.
Yeah. So then it's probably a mycoplasma that you had, maybe. But, I'm not a. Go ahead.
I have chronic bronchitis, so I get it every year.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
that particular year, I had just been going nonstop, and I was like ignoring some of the symptoms.
That's
And
not good.
it was trying to turn to pneumonia, and he said, "Well, it's one of two things: you go to the hospital, or you can take, this, this, and this." And
Mm-hmm.
I said, a few years back, you gave me that CPAC, and it worked great. Remember? And he's like, "Oh, that's right."
Yeah, that's what I would
It's
want
bad
too.
when you have to remind your doctor. He's not, he wasn't even that old, but
Yeah. Well, it's also because they have drug reps coming in and they're very busy giving out different ones to,
mhm.
different patients. But yeah, it is. I agree with you.
Living a rogue life. Hey, lady, I made it in
Hey,
for a minute.
lady. Cool. I'm glad you can make it in. Now,
Ada's here too.
now, if this was Willa Gross live, I bet you'd make it in for more than a minute. You're such a good supporter of Willa Gross. I'm just teasing you, Carla.
Teacher's
Thank you.
pet.
Thank you for coming in. Teacher's pet. Yeah. I don't understand this though. Are we allowed to pick our team? Is that what it is? We email the captain that we want for this early part
No,
for
no,
those of us who
I'm
are
not doing it.
starting. That's what it sounded like. I might have to re-listen to the video again. And I didn't hear it when I was in the live because that's what
I got
I kind
too
of
much going on. I'm not
understood.
gonna.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
it's not gonna. I can't.
Can't divulge what's going on. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't use these tiny beads in this room because I can't see them. It's come to that point. Actually, I should have an aught light on for doing small work like that.
Yeah, you get to pick a notify via email and make a
Okay,
video. Or
that's
is
what
a
I
video
thought.
option?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is the video optional? I love that. Is the video
Make a
optional?
video saying which team you're going to be on. Okay. We.
Yeah, but I think you have to email him too, Carla, because that's what he was saying in the other video that he made. That you have to email them. And then he was going through what your hashtags would be if you were on Team Will It Grow or if you were on Team Aquarius. So, and that was the long one, and then you put the letter at the end, which I'm hoping I'm not going to mess up. I screenshotted it. But yeah, this one might take
That's
me
what I
forever.
do.
My idea is I was going to make the outline of the star and then I can't see it. Make a wire star and then you weave the thinner wire with the beads on it. But I think this might end up driving me neurotic if I use such small beads. So I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have that much time on my hands. I could do a pretty one like that. That's an idea for somebody else. And also this gauge wire is a little too bendy for it. So I might just wrap wire around it and bead it because maybe. I don't know.
Q says South Florida sunshine, yes, because you are qualified shed warrior in good standing. You get to pick your team. You need to make.
Okay. He had mentioned that about good standing. Thank you, Q, for. Okay.
She's on top of things. I don't know how she does it. Q is amazing.
Yeah, no, I'll go rewatch, but he also said to email him, but I wasn't sure if you email him. It seems like you're supposed to email him first and then make the video or at the same time, concurrent, whatever word that is, where you do it at the same time as you're sending the email. You can, around the same time. Oh my goodness. I'm all of a sudden getting like hot flashes in this room. Just 1 degree cooler would be nice.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not hot flashes, obviously, for me, but
yeah,
it's like it's just, I mean, I can go outside and it's warm.
Yeah.
The house has got this little chill to it.
They're
It's like,
practically seed beads, Aid. They're just a little bit bigger than a seed bead. Those are super tiny seed beads.
like I'm turning the heater on for a few minutes and then cutting it off.
I like the seed bead work, that's like needle and thread work usually. I haven't done a lot of that. It's a lot of I'm about ready to go put on just the 1 degree of AC. I'm sure it would only take 1 degree and it would kick on. Right now it is not kicking on and it's like it's too hot for me. Which I thought it would be cooler in this room. This room used to get cooler because of this window.
You have a ceiling fan?
No, I don't have a ceiling fan. I have a ceiling fan in our room and out in the main room we have 2. It's
I need one.
36 degrees outside. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're really keeping that wood stove going. The 79 in your living room? You're doing a good job.
Got
31,
56 here.
68. Oh my. Oh, outside though, right? 56. That's not too
Yeah.
bad. That's like a cool night here.
We left out. It was just a little bit cloudy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got done in Walmart and the bank, we came back and it was just the further south we got, the closer to the home we got, the mercury, the worse it got.
The hard word.
It
The
is.
hard word.
So
Mercury.
it was like it was
There we go.
foggy and it
Yeah.
was like misty and it was like we lived right like off the coast of Maine or something.
Yeah, it's
You know.
77 here right now. So it is still warm.
I mean, it's like 60 something today, and this whole week's supposed to be warm. I mean, I'm not complaining.
It's staying warm until Wednesday again. Wednesday and Thursday we might get 57 or 54 at night. And that's as low as it's been going for us. And that's been at night. It hasn't been really dipping super low during the day. I'm waiting for it to go for a cold snap just to drop some of the iguanas. We need to control the populations a little bit.
Living a road
I
life
bet,
at
Bob.
65. Wow. Yeah.
I bet.
So right around the same temperature I'm seeing in the daytime.
Poor Bob. I bet. I would be wishing for the sun out there too, Bob. I'm wishing for the sun here when it gets gray. I'm not used to it at all. I'm wishing just to go to the beach for a little bit. Even if it's not like I like it in the 70s to go to the beach, but I need a beachy sky. Stormy days once in a while are great, but that's like in the middle. I like those usually in the middle of summer, not now. Oh, you are? No, not in my basement, Bob.
Not
Try
mine
again.
either.
You're not in my basement.
I haven't dug one, so I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, it's doing a delay. Try and hit it up again. Because you're not popping up on my side.
Does that sound like they're taking off in the backyard?
Boy, that was a delay. Bob. You said you're in the basement and like 30 seconds later you came into the basement.
I was beginning to have hurt feelings,
No, it wasn't me.
I don't have any tissues around, so I didn't cry. I tried not to, but I
The
didn't
smallest violin.
Yeah, very small violin.
Yeah, you break my heart playing, so what's that old saying? You know what that is? That's the smallest violin playing, you broke my heart or some kind of nonsense like that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I need to take a second here and go get something and I will be right back. I just remembered I forgot to take my I will.
No, don't worry. We'll wreck your channel for you. I mean,
yeah.
Try to keep the trolls away for me.
Full frontal nudity right here.
Oh, great. Yeah, I just need my friends to troll me. That's awesome.
Be best if she's out of the room.
Behave, Bob, behave.
I'll try to.
Wouldn't that be great? If you're on someone else's panel and they leave the room and you just troll them. And then you hear them come back and you're just like,
hit it. Yeah.
Pretend like you didn't do anything wrong.
All of a sudden, when they go to check their video count and what happened? That video's taken down. It's gone.
Why did I lose all those subs?
Yeah.
No, just so you know, folks, I wouldn't do that to Carol. I don't think Bob would either.
No, not
some of you out there. I might.
There's a couple out there that I just chose to just unsub and leave. Yeah. More than a couple. It's quite a few. Yeah. Oh.
Oh wow, that wind, it just came out of nowhere.
Hey, you said you were feeling a lot of anxiety in the store. Did anything come of it? Anything? Nothing?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, Diva in the Dirt, Maureen Washington.
Maureen.
I think what it is just that sense of looming doom that they keep just shoving down our throats.
Yeah.
Even YouTube, some of the YouTube channels are going doom and gloom.
Well, big time bonkers on that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm into the preparedness stuff, so that's kind of my corner, more or less, but not the constant. Look,
Fear mongering.
yeah. I need to. Most I tell them is I'll just
Duncan's right. Duncan's
type.
right. Listen to your gut. Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, most I do is just leave a comment like, turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn the
Nobody's
news
holding
off.
a gun to your head saying you have to
Yeah.
watch it.
Uh-huh.
I've been here the whole time just listening.
Yeah.
You're awesome, Marine. Good evening to you.
Maureen Washington from Canada.
Hey, Duncan, sometimes I have to hear my gut, and it's not something I want to hear.
Yeah.
It comes with age.
It does.
Foods that don't agree with you.
Oh. Squeeze them together and run.
Yeah. Never trust a fart. The older you get, trust them even less.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but she's right though. When you get that feeling, listen to it.
Well, yeah, and like I said, it seemed like I was looking over my shoulder a lot, but I mean, you can't help it because the stuff seems to be breaking out in some of the oddest places.
Yeah.
And it felt great to get out, but when I got into the store, it was like a whole different world. I was like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Get my stuff and go.
I go and get my cigarettes and my $3 cup of coffee for before 2 p.m. because it's a Christmas season, and it's in a strip mall thing. And after 2 p.m. when the high school lets out and you add all the shopping people, Christmas shopping, wow. Yeah.
Radio Jonesy on tour says, "Hi, Bob."
Hey, Jonesy.
Oh.
Hey, Jonesy.
Yeah. Happened to Carol?
I don't know.
Oh, there she is.
I hit the wrong button because that happens with me.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Jonesy.
Oh. Hey. How we going?
There we go.
Yeah, doing good.
The heck?
Get the Christmas shopping season over with, and there goes about a half your anxiety,
Yeah, right.
Around
especially
here,
on
the
the
parking
roads.
lots.
I have anyone to buy
lots
for,
are
so.
full. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's why I like living down here. It's pretty well.
Hey, Dennis.
It sounds like your mic is picking up from a different spot instead of your mic that you're speaking into.
That's not close.
I know. Oh, it is too.
It is. Yeah. I could hear the room reverb.
I picked up on that, and I don't even have a trained ear. Wow. Yay. Woohoo. Hi, Dennis. Good to see you.
I was waiting for our beautiful host to come back. I'll be right back.
Okay. And Maureen, you're always welcome up. This is one of the jars I got that I was talking about. This is my red wheat, my hard red wheat berries, Bob.
Right on.
That I'll be cranking out, hopefully, in the manual grinder. We'll see. The other one I want is a little bit on the pricey side. The electric stone one. Oh, Aid, you're so good. He's trying to help me find a bead spinner to make it easier for me to bead. Such a good friend.
They make a bead spinner?
There's a bead spinner that you basically just kind of stick your needle in, and
Uh-huh.
it's like a bowl, and it spins the beads onto it's for seed beads, like for doing seed beads. I've also seen those
Oh.
ones that you can do like what the Native Americans make, the wider bands. It's like a loom, which I don't have the time for it now, but I've always wanted to try one. Appreciate that, Aid.
How's
Aren't
that
those
sound?
beautiful? Oh, much
Sounds
better.
good, Jonesy.
Yep.
Very good.
Perfect. Best
Okay,
audio.
Sorry about that. You're looking quite illuminating up there.
Thanks.
Karen.
It's the mood lighting.
It looks very nice.
Thank you. All right, I had to use my nasal spray. Been cleaning.
It's the time of the year here where we've just gone into summer, and the like the pollens and the man, my hay fever kicks off really bad, and it's if I don't take certain medications, my voice when I do radio work sounds. Hey, how you going?
Yeah, it goes out. I used to get that too. We have something, I don't know what it is. It might be a ragweed, since we keep the warmer weather too, but November it used to always get me all the time. I would get sick from whatever it was. And yeah, I would sound pretty horrendous too.
Yep, and how's
Right.
everyone been? It's like the silly season's upon us, and Bob seems like the shopping where he lives is a bit hectic.
Yeah,
ours is too.
Yeah, my family doesn't do the gift exchange or the tree or that stuff. We just don't. It's so that relieves a lot of stress. I really only got to shop for my wife. Our kids are all grown up, all that. Christmas is all year. Like I'll come home once in a while with a little something, just little surprise. Doesn't mean I got to do it in December. Just anytime.
We've got a brand new grandson, so he's 2 months old. So it's sort of the wife went out to come. We're going shopping this morning. I said okay, but
thank you, Q.
Down here it's not as bad as a lot of other places. It's pretty mild and relaxed and
more laid back. Yeah, here it's already busy. We went out and people are shopping at places like Marshall's and TJ Maxx, the places that are a little bit less expensive than the regular retail stores. So those places are packed already. I would say right after Thanksgiving, the parking lots were packed.
Actually, this will give you a good explanation. I've seen a video that said the size of our island is the same size landmass wise of Florida. So how many people actually live in Florida?
I have no clue, actually. I'm terrible at that
Would it be millions?
Could be,
well, anyway,
I don't know.
There's only 250,000 people live on this island, which is the same size as Florida. So
yeah, I would have to. That's like Florida trivia that I don't know. I'm terrible at remembering.
Yeah. I just think
21.78 million since 2021 census.
In our state? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's why we've got pretty relaxed shopping, because there's only 225,000 of us down here, It
would be nice if we could, have a little bit less, but I don't want, anybody to die or anything. Maybe we could just move to a smaller town. But then again, then you deal with smaller towns, sometimes politics. That's what I was watching. Yeah. There's this channel called, I think, it's called Trout and Coffee, and he's a videographer, and he's like a storyteller. His channel got super popular because of his videography of fall, and now he's got all his fall stuff up on his channel, and it's so beautiful. But yeah, they were facing some small town politics with their off-grid. It's I guess it would be a hunting cabin because it's not tied into septic or anything like that. And while he
Mhm.
wasn't there and he was off helping one of his friends build up in, I think it's actually near John, up in Cape Cod, they approached his significant other and were telling her that they need to get a septic, they need to do this because they're living there full time. And they're like, no, we just bought another A-frame house, and you can even see it on our channel. That's our house. This is the cabin that we're fixing up. We're working on both properties, but no, we're not here full time. And anyway, I mean, he was ready to sell and leave after they were pulling that stuff. And I said, I bet there's somebody in the town that wants your property. I'm like, because
Right.
that's what small towns will do. They will show favoritism to certain people. And I had that happen to an old friend of mine. They lost a business right away because the bank was a small town bank and it foreclosed on them right away. And what do you know?
Wow.
Somebody that was friends with somebody at that bank ended up with their business.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to fight it, though. They are going to get a lawyer. Oh, they tried it with you too, John? Isn't that some crap? Like, what the heck? Yeah, they came to her. It was like people on some kind of board, like on their property. That's trespassing. They shouldn't be allowed to even do that. They're lucky, it's up, I think, in Maine. They're lucky it's not a place where people are really 2A happy, because they could have,
I hear you.
been mistaken for an intruder, left with a few, metal earrings and a matching
Swiss cheese.
Swiss
Mhm.
cheese. That's right. Some new piercings they could have had.
Light holes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lightning holes. Yeah.
But yeah, they're a bigger channel, but you should check them out just for their videography. It's gorgeous, and to be young and energetic again.
All right.
He's like working on a property with his friend. They're working on their house and they're working on this cabin. And he even said it like, if they're going to give me this much crap, I might as well just sell the cabin because I got enough to work on. And everybody in their comments was like, no, that's an investment. If you can hold on to it, don't do it. That's money in your pocket in the future. Don't do it. In fact, some old lady said that happened to her.
There was a lady in Florida years ago that had the same problem. She was completely off grid in Florida.
Yeah, you can't hear.
Rough too.
Yeah, there's certain things in Florida you cannot do. You cannot put their. They have very strict laws that would anything that would affect our groundwater because of our aquifer being so close to the land.
Yeah,
you can get in big trouble for. Like these people with, I think it's on What the Hales is the channel. There was somebody he was complaining about that was on the board of this really small town that she's got some kind of bathroom outside. And like they have their granddaughter that they take care of, and they're doing that with the outside bathroom. And he's like, I'm pretty sure there are ordinances that, this lady.
The ones that adopted their granddaughter?
Yeah, I think they adopted the granddaughter.
Yeah, I won't say the name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but supposedly they're on some kind of board somehow and doing
I know
that.
that here in Washington State, the last I knew was whatever structure you live in, you have to have running water.
Yes, that's here too.
I love Kentucky.
Was the last I knew. They probably have added to it by now, but you must have running water.
Yeah, somebody was trying to harvest water here in Florida, and they shut them down from rainwater harvesting for everything. Like I believe you can do it if it's a garden only, but they were rainwater. That was how they were filtering their water out that way, and they were like, nope.
They won't let you capture rainwater for drinking or cooking. What? Why?
Nope. I don't know. I don't know if it was that particular county or what, but I
control, Jonesy. That's all it is.
It's taxes, and money and control.
They can't make money off of what
So a friend of mine lives on a river, on a beautiful area of the north coast on the mainland, and he in Australia, and he turned he went off grid and he got solar, and he turned the water off, and he captures rainwater and he has it filtration and all that
High
fancy
gear.
stuff. And
Yeah.
all he pays each year, he has to pay some land tax. So
ACR.
that's all he pays. So he's got like
He's
one
totally
of
off
the
grid.
modern location. He is like, I said to him, you should be doing a YouTube channel, mate, because you've got the perfect setup for all these people would love to see how you're doing it.
Yeah. The
And
only
he's
problem
like,
is I think that's what set up this trout and coffee channel is that people saw their land and they saw how
right.
lovely it
Oh.
was on YouTube.
Could be. Yeah.
And
I'm,
somebody's trying to
I'm
make a
not
land
familiar with like how things go in Tasmania or Australia.
Hey,
But
CR.
like, if let's say I owned a piece of property and a river ran through the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
I own the ground underneath that river, the riverbed itself. I do not, in America, you do not own the water that runs through that river because it's a natural resource.
Yeah.
However, you can harvest from it.
You know what the difference is here, Barry?
Yeah.
We don't own what's underneath our land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could have like 100 acres, and you could have oil on your land, and the government owns it.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy like that here.
Well, here
But-
they'll just tax us to death until we give it up.
The taxes are the same worldwide.
I mean, but there are places that have natural gas on their property, and they're harvesting it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Have a good night, Living Rogue Life. Thanks for coming in, Carla. Appreciate it.
You can put you can always put a drill, what do they call it, a bore down and get your bore water or your wherever.
Yeah.
But most of it, surprisingly, is a lot of salt is already in it, so it's got to be treated. You got to spend a lot of money to get it worthy of drinking. So a lot of people don't even bother.
Yeah. But we have areas here that they have to filter the water anyway because the groundwater it's just too close to the surface. So they have to filter it.
Oh, sorry, Carol. Oh,
No, it's okay. That's all right.
I think of something and I just blabber.
No, it was just if they have well water here, they have to filter it because the water is just the table is so like close to the ground.
Well, this is a bit of a curly one, but our whole island here is completely what do they call it? You know how it's powered by sustainable energy. So our whole island is either wind turbines or water generation.
Wow.
Turbines.
Do you guys have any nuclear power plants to back that up or anything? Like
nothing in the country at all. Not even on the mainland.
That's crazy. So it's like solar, wind turbines, and
on the island. Yes, that's it.
Okay,
that's
Maria.
it. And it's complete. And we have more power than we can use, and we ship it to the mainland.
Maureen, I miss you, my girl.
That's the same situation with Washington State. It's all hydroelectric turbines. It's sustainable, and we sell power to Idaho, Oregon, California.
Because I bet you get a ton of rain like we do.
Oh hell yes, constant.
That's why.
It never stops here. It never stops. It never stops. I never see the sun.
Well, we see the sun.
Sorry, go ahead, Jonesy.
You're right, Barry. No, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, I mean, here in Kentucky now we can harvest rainwater, and but we can't. It's funny. It doesn't make any sense to me, but like we're not allowed to cap off a natural spring and use that water. But if we want to collect rainwater, we could do it to our heart's content. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, each state is different, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. And like a lot of the homesteaders, they do good. They do their home, like the smart ones do their homework and work out. If I buy land here, what conditions are there available? Can I just go holeless bowless and make and build and destroy and clear and without any restrictions? So a lot of the smart ones find those areas and do it. But the ones who buy land and think, wow, I got some good land, and wow, this is cheap, and wow, I'm gonna And next minute, the local government's come in and said, well, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you thought.
Yeah.
Guess what? Yeah. The ones who don't look into that stuff wind up paying a price for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I know that was one of the things I was looking at as far as the water restrictions in Florida. And oh, I know what it was. It wasn't that. It was a lot of places in Florida, you have to be in a dwelling that doesn't have wheels on it. So you can't do the tiny houses. And a lot of places are adopting those laws so people don't live on land in tiny houses.
You know what? You know what they've done over here for that exact same law is that they've designed tiny houses like on a caravan wheelbase.
Mm-hmm.
So it has wheels, but it's actually huge. So they bring it in, like it gets built in a factory, and they bring it in the property, and then the wheelbases are there, but then the left wing and then the right wing go out, and it's a huge house basically, and in the middle of the piers is this trailer with wheels. So yeah, they're getting away with it here by doing that.
Yeah, I've seen one where they can drop it off the trailer on YouTube. That was kind of like, oh, smart. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, man,
That would be a great idea. I just wonder how much, like, where does that, I guess they let them use this trailer, the company that builds it, and then where do you store the trailer on your property too?
No, the trailer's there as the foundations. So as the left wing goes out and they put the foundations down, and the right side of it goes out and they put the foundations down, in the middle is still the trailer with the wheels.
Okay.
For foundations.
That wouldn't be legal in certain places here if it's still sitting on any wheels. I thought you meant the trailer comes out from underneath it.
No,
because I've seen that. I've seen that.
They don't need any council regulations for it because it's classified as a mobile on wheels.
Yeah, they're skirting around.
Yeah.
They
found a loophole.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, smart. Very good.
Australians, mate, we'll find a way.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Americans do too, but they just can't have any wheels because I guess the loophole's smaller or it's not existent. So they found a way to dump the whole house off the trailer. But I didn't know where the trailer, if it belonged to the company that was building the tiny houses or if it belonged to the people afterwards so they could pick up their tiny house and still, jack it up somehow and still take it where they want it.
Like the shed to homes. I see a lot of those videos where people buy the sheds and convert them into a house, how they tow them around. But
yeah, Laura and Chris over at Hedgehog's Homestead almost did that when they stayed one night in that house and they got heavy winds up where they're at in Tennessee. And he saw how it shook and they were like, maybe we're going to build a house.
Yeah, they are on a mountaintop with no trees around. Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
Yeah,
that's
it was rocking.
Building I wanted to go with if I did a tiny home was from what they have.
Yeah, they've got a good size.
That's like a 14 by 30 or something like that.
But you'd need, like Bob was saying, you need the tree coverage, the windbreak. If you have something like that, you need a windbreak.
Man, I live on like the island here is mountainous. It's like a mini alpine region. Like you can drive from the coast inland, say half an hour, and the incline just keeps going like 5,000 meters. So you're still going up and up and up and up. So it's but where we are.
Sorry.
Where we are. No, I can't shut up.
I was just going to respond to Q. It's not just here, though, Q, where we have hurricanes. So other states have made that regulation, too.
Yeah.
But
we actually had a hurricane in Bass Strait the other night. Like the actual waterway between the mainland and the island. Yeah, there was a hurricane. It was on. I heard you before saying you don't watch the news, but it was on the news saying this was lucky because it didn't strike anywhere. It just appeared, and shipping was warned about it. And and we just seen it on the news. Someone on some cargo ship had some video of it, and the seas were
Yeah.
pretty rough, and we got some good waves actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we never get that sort of weather here usually.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
that's good. I'm glad they do have
Just
that.
blame Godzilla.
Just blame Godzilla. It's something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mothra.
Weather warfare.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man, those are classic movies.
Yes,
You
sir,
s-
they
You
are.
know, I'm
Go
sorry. Go ahead, Carol.
I was going to say, Aid called Homestead Taters this morning too. Q. He remembered.
You
Aid's
know,
not a good.
the crazy thing about like moving a mobile home in now compared to 20 years ago is that now, at least in my county, they expect you to pour a concrete footer or a slab for your mobile home. And then it has to be, I think, I won't swear this is accurate, but I believe that your tie downs for your mobile home have to be anchored into that concrete.
Yeah.
And they will not, like my landlord thought he was going to slip one in here and nobody would notice. And then the county was like, no, you're going to put concrete, you're going to put a concrete foundation down and then you can move that mobile home in. You got to look at how much it would be for them to pour concrete. And it's just, he was like, well, I guess I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, you think?
Yeah. You think if you can't even fix your
Exactly.
Yeah. It would be.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bob.
that's a one thing I observed on a late night panel. I don't know whose live it was. I just clicked on one. And it sounded like Americans and Canadians, and they were tearing down a channel that they were watching. It was like a homestead channel, I think. Okay. I couldn't believe these people would dig that deep to try to tear down somebody's channel. I mean, they examine so many of their videos. They've got these kids, and the kids aren't eating, and they feed their dogs outside. And I mean, the whole panel was like 8 of them. These people have spent a lot of time watching this one channel's videos and going in detail about what they're doing wrong. And they were all talking about, well, we should call Child Protective Services. And I was like, what is wrong with you people? Just
Yeah, that's
over
the rescue
YouTube?
run down here.
That's right. Everyone lives the moral high ground. They should just look at themselves more often.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've had that problem with larger channels. Have felt very threatened that people have actually trespassed.
I've started. Oh, sorry, Carol.
Oh, that's okay. He's here.
This is my favorite hobby now. I go beach walking.
Right on.
So
that's good.
I started a channel called Beach Feet just for fun, and put up shorts in a week. And I got
good thinking.
Just on shorts, and I just had I got 40 subscribers, and then I put some longer videos up, and I'm getting views from India and all sorts of weird places. But,
so good for you though to go beach walking.
Well, my doctor told me I had to go walking for circulation problems I'm having.
But I mean, along the ocean, it's so good.
Yeah, why would you walk on a footpath or a road when you can get into the coast and
into the sand?
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got so many beaches; it's unbelievable.
More strengthening for your foot too, all the muscles in your feet. That's what I need to do. I need to get my buns down to the ocean and walk in the sand because I'm having problems with my feet. So
it's definitely good, and just the wildlife and the things that I you see. But anyway,
just have to watch out for the wildlife down here. Well, you have them too. Do you get the man-o-wars there? The jellies with the bubble?
Blue bottles. Yeah, blue bottles.
It's like a blue bubble with really long tentacles that you can't see sometimes buried in the shore.
Yeah. Certain weather conditions. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have more dangerous stuff down there, but
we got great white sharks and
and you have the box jellies, I think, too.
They're more north. We're cold weather, so we're
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, good. Then
we-
you don't have those. Those are terrible.
yeah, we get sea lions and seals and
Aid says he gets a lot of views from India too, because you got cool stuff. Aid, they want to see what your like cool stuff is.
Watching random nature videos of Tasmania, it looks like the weather is about the same as here in the Pacific Northwest.
yes, mate. Yes, we get the snow.
Rainy, chilly almost all year. Yeah, just
and the sun comes out and everyone rushes, like everyone goes to the beach, takes their boat out because it's 6 hours later it's going to be raining again or something like that.
Stealing that, CR. Totally stealing that.
I think I would I don't think walking on the
Love
beach
it.
would be too healthy for me.
Look at that.
I would get whiplash looking at all the bikinis.
I'm getting sunburned on the face.
Yeah, my husband's smart. He stays off the beach because it's usually when you're with your wife that you do that, and you remember you're with your wife after the fact that you're oogling. But
Hey, let me tell you, if you see any of my videos, you're lucky to see anyone on the beach.
Is it because you're there early or because it's
not really? Because there's so
cool?
many beaches. There's so many beaches. Like
Oh,
there's a beach right in front of our place, and then like 200 meters that way, there's another beach, and then another 100 meters around another rock, there's another beach, and this way there's beaches and beaches and beaches. So people, spread themselves out.
If the weather is the same as Seattle area, which I'm pretty sure it is, we have got beautiful beaches here in Washington State, but nobody's on them this time of year. Nobody's out there. If the wind is howling and sideways rain, no, ain't going there. No,
it's summertime here, mate. So I'm.
You're on the other side.
Making the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
It's probably the funnest. It's probably the one thing that I've enjoyed about YouTube is doing things that I want to do when I want to do them and showing different people, and people seem to, you just enjoy seeing somebody that actually took time to watch something and go, wow, and then it's some person, some random in them, like wherever in the world, and you just go, well, I'm going to do another one because that person liked it. I'm going to do it again, and then so.
Hold on, I was just checking that hashtag because, that's a good one.
Well, one of the reasons I sort of thought about start pigeonholing myself into just one thing, and let's just walking on the beach, and that's it. Give that 12 months and see how that goes, because I'm going to enjoy doing it.
Why not?
And
it's your channel.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's fun. Like,
pretty much going back to my hobby.
I sent an email off to, or message off to YouTube about improving, like my channel for being monetized and all that sort of stuff. And they sent me back a whole list of things that they thought I should improve on. And one thing was to focus on one subject. Usually works a lot better than like a music trip. Here's me in Memphis doing this, and here's me walking a beach in Tasmania, and here's me in Sydney on a bus or a train or
so I don't know. Vlogs do that. Like vlogging people have different backgrounds. It's their life. Like, and people tune in.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really a vlogger. Maybe I'm a good talker, but maybe I should be a vlogger.
Welcome back, Brenda. Yeah, you should probably try vlogging, because then you could squeeze all that into the same channel. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to share my little beach story with you.
No, it's very pretty. I like it. Very relaxing.
Yeah.
You walk in the snow, CR? No, thank you.
You got to experience it just once in your life, girl.
Yeah, I have. I've been up near Lake Placid in New York, and no thanks.
Maybe do it again just to refresh your memory.
No, I ended up in the infirmary after getting hit in the face with a snowball. I think.
Yeah. No, never mind.
Yeah, almost knocked me out. I almost blacked out right there. somebody had to
Yeah.
like come alongside me
I
and like,
remember. I think I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
yeah. And then I was,
Okay, Scratch. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm saying.
The beautiful memories of winter.
Right?
Yes.
Walking in the howling wind and rain and snot dripping out of my nose.
and then
I
freezing
can't
to your
get the
face.
can't get the
Breads and
car
jars.
keys out of my pocket. Trembling.
Oh,
It's like,
thanks, Morgan.
I
Like
love it.
threads
I
and
love it
jars.
here.
Yeah,
I love it here.
that's me walking down this hill over here. This gravel driveway that has two springs on each side of it that freeze up in the wintertime. It's so much fun to get my mail at the bottom of the freaking hill.
Oh my gosh.
Never mind going back up.
Oh,
Yeah,
We
slip and fall
we-
on your ass once in a while. Oh,
we drove from Memphis. We drove from Memphis to Kansas. On part of the tour we were on, and then we were at Airbnb, and then one of the locals who was the roadie said to us, "Oh, if you're lucky, we might get some white powder tonight." And we're being Australian, we're all going
drug addict,
Oh.
probably. Is that what you guys thought?
Well,
Cokehead.
no,
Just
yes,
kidding.
yes, we won't go down that road. Actually, it's best to stop that there. But the powder did fall from the sky, and in the morning, here's 5 or 6 white Australian guys running around in bare feet out in the snow, going like little school kids, going, "How cool is this?" And one of the neighbors come out and said, "Excuse me, I'm not sure where you're from, but I do recommend you not stay too long out in bare feet. You might get some frostbite."
Yeah.
And we're all going, "That's all right, darling. We're from Australia," like. And then they went, "Oh, Australians, okay, I'll let you go." It was quite funny at the time, but
I guess Australians' toes don't fall off in frostbite. They just
they just get a pass.
get a pass.
Just
Yeah.
go. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
When we did go back inside and the fireplace was warm, then you really felt how cold your feet were. Yeah.
Your blood starts flowing through those cold feet and fingers and all that.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Say good evening at Threads and Jars.
Yeah, I saw it. Morgan. Yeah, she was saying she does that too. Walk in the snow most of the year. And then she complimented me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good on you, Carol.
Thanks. I haven't done that in so long now. I mean, I would like to show the kids snow, but nothing as extreme as what I did up going to Word of Life. It was a school way up in the mountains in New York. Yeah. And that one trip, it was like, yeah, Mom, I don't think I'll ever go back there. But she was glad. Like, she was like, here, why don't you go to this thing and we'll see if you really want to go there. And it's right in the middle of winter. And I think they plan it that way. The school is smart. They don't want kids to get up there and be all sick. And they give them like a week to come and visit the school and check everything out and go to stay in the, they're almost like bunkhouses. And yeah, I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely not for me. I'm too much of a Florida girl. Mm-mm.
Is that
being sick?
Adani? Is that the channel? How do you say is it Adani?
Adenir.
Adenir.
It's I say it wrong, so don't. It's like Pioneer. Adenir.
Adenir.
I say it wrong though. I say it in my Florida accent.
Well, is it true that a packet of smokes costs nearly $50 in Australia? Well, my wife smokes. I don't smoke at all, but my wife smokes. She buys packets of 40 cigarettes, and they cost $65 for a packet of 40.
Lord Almighty, all taxes, huh?
Yeah, it's about 80% tax. Yeah,
but it's 40 packs though, right? With like 10 cigarettes.
40 cigarettes in a pack cost $65.
Oh wow!
Yeah. They're Europe and other places. Their cigarette. This holds 20. That's some of their cigarette packs are about that big.
But I'm just in shock on how much it costs for one.
It's all taxes, darling.
It's taxes.
That's crazy. That's just so people will quit, like that they tax it that heavily.
That's the government for you. They say, we're going to help you by putting the taxes so dear that you can't afford to get them. So people have gone to vaping, and now they're going, shame on you people vaping. We're going to tax vaping because we don't want you to vape at all,
Mhm.
and and then it's chewing gum, Nicorettes, all that sort of stuff. Oh, we're going to put the prices of them up because they just want your dollar.
Any pleasure
what they do.
tax. Yeah.
Mhm.
But that used
Yeah.
to be
Pleasure.
called sin tax years ago.
Yeah.
It was right up there with alcohol. It was called sin tax. It's SIN, like you did a sin.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was the same in Washington State, Barry. They called it for years a sin tax for alcohol, tobacco, all that. And then someone's filed a lawsuit and said that sin. I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist. How dare you say sin? And they had to change it to like that, Jonesy.
More like $12.50 for where Homestead Aquarius is for
Yeah.
that amount of cigarettes.
I'm an atheist. Don't you say sin?
I paid $19 for a box of 200 tubes and a bag of tobacco.
Yeah.
And
We
I'm
used to be
thinking the
able to
same
bring back
thing, I'm just
duty-free.
right on the verge of just quitting.
Yeah. Probably
We
for
used to
the
bring back
best.
cartons. We could bring back like, I don't know, 5 cartons of cigarettes for duty free for nothing when you come back into the
Mhm.
country, and they've even stopped that now.
All
You
right.
have to bring
Yeah.
you can bring back one sealed packet and one opened packet. So you could be the biggest packets you could find. You open up one
Right, nobody
and you
wants
take
to see it.
one cigarette out. Yeah.
That was $42 US. Oh. Okay. So you all right. It's $42 US for
That's probably
the
about
40.
that's probably about right. It's
Okay.
our $1 is 66 US cents. Does that make sense? Cost for us, our dollar, our cents. When they put the American dollar on the news at the end of the markets,
Mhm.
it's 66 cents. So when you are coming here, 66 cents will get you $1 Australian dollar.
Yeah.
So you
Mm.
sort of
Would you
about
stop?
a third
So
more of your
rude.
money.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that. I have my coffee habit, which might be going away.
That's getting expensive too.
Yeah. It's getting expensive, and the more I read about it, I'm really not supposed to be drinking coffee. I mean, it's so good for so many other things, but for people who have had their gallbladder removed, it's not. Also, spicy, citrus, like all kinds of lovely things are supposed to be not a good thing.
I already survived bladder cancer, and I don't give 2 bags of steaming dog anymore. If it's bad for me,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. For me, like, oh
Zesty
well.
lemon flavor. What did they make the lemon flavor with?
What's that?
It's
I don't
got
know, but this,
caffeine in it. They caffeinate your Sprite. What's wrong with them? That's the one
a
that's
plus.
supposed.
Sprite
Oh.
Plus.
Sprite
Okay.
Plus? Okay.
I'll see your
Yeah.
Sprite Plus and raise you one lemonade by the gallon.
Lemonade.
I'm getting hooked on
I
these things.
can't. I'd be peeing glass on both accounts,
Yeah.
probably.
I needed my
drinking
vitamin C, so I
Folgers
said,
coffee. Mhm.
I do like my
Vitamin C.
coffee. I almost made
I do
some.
too.
"Oh, I do love my vitamin C."
It's really what's bad in the coffee too for me is I use creamer, and most of the creamers,
Me
the
too.
almond ones, have emulsifiers, and the emulsifier is bad for your stomach lining. It's not good.
Here, gear. We'll raise
it's-
my
My
bottle
glass
to
of
you too.
Pepsi. That's my husband had a big thing of Pepsi in our fridge for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's like, what
I
in the
got- I-
world?
I got sick not that long back, and then ever since then, cola, doesn't matter whether it's Pepsi or Coke, tastes abysmal. I can't stand the taste of it.
What's funny is I quit coffee, and that happened when I got my gallbladder out, Jonesy. I quit coffee. I'd been a coffee drinker since I was about 16. I used to make it actually at Olivia Newton-John's store. I made
Yeah,
it at
Koala Blue.
yeah, at Libby and John's store. Yeah, Koala Blue. I loved that store. And I used to make Kona coffee with cinnamon. We would brew it, and the whole place would smell fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I quit when I got my gallbladder out. I went back to it, and it was so acidic. No matter which one I would try, I was like, I can't believe I could drink this before. Then my friend sent me Green Mountain pumpkin spice from Vermont, and I was like, okay,
Oh,
well, I should probably drink some of this because she sent it all the way from there. And, it's kind of expensive. Back then, it was like $5 for like a thing of,
Hmm.
and yeah, I got hooked again. But yeah, so what is it with the cola now? Does it just taste too sweet, too, like, doesn't have good flavor?
Yeah, the syrup flavor of
Mhm.
it's just like I've got a whole box of 30 Pepsi Max. My daughter come and she says, buy me Pepsi Max. And yeah, I've got a carton. She drank one can in a week. She was here, and then there's a carton still sitting in there. I can't give them away. No one
Mhm.
wants them. Like,
Nobody wants it. Yeah.
I'm burned out on it, and it tastes weird to me now. And I'm just like,
Pepsi Max. Yeah.
I
Never.
just leave pop alone altogether.
Yeah, I do mostly. Yeah, I just like. Yeah.
Me too.
Poppy
And it's not the
juice and
same
milk.
anyway. Mexico has our Coca-Cola. They
Mhm.
have the one with the sugar that we used to
Yeah.
get before corn syrup became popular to use.
Yeah.
That. And yeah, when they had that at Epcot, it was like they had a whole kiosk where you could go in and sample all the different Cokes, and they had one of the best ones. And it was like, oh, because it's got
Yeah.
cane sugar in it. Yeah.
Same with
Exactly.
overseas. Same with overseas where we're going soon. It's like it's sugar,
Mm-hmm.
cane sugar. It's not
Yeah.
something made in a factory.
That's
Yeah.
what I buy is the cane sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah, I
mess
try
with that
to.
other crap.
Aren't they
See,
good? Homestead even agrees. They are good. Mm-hmm.
Homestead was showing his silver collection before on his channel, but look at that one there.
Oh,
Oh,
Tasmanian devil.
devil.
oh, the devil. Okay.
It's cool.
Cool.
I saw another video of a young Roo that a man took his dog away from the Roo. And the Roo was like looking offended and almost like,
And he
it's like,
punched
what
him.
is it with kangaroos and dogs? Are they
No,
going
he's
to eat
just-
them? I thought they were
No,
like,
no,
are they?
the dog is attacking the Roo. That's the thing. The dog
Oh,
will go for
okay.
the Roo, and the Roo stands up on his tail and his back legs, and he's bouncing around, and the dog's like but the Roo's got big claws,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so the
The
guy
Roo could
knows.
kill it
Yeah, it could slice
pretty
him.
easily. Yeah.
Yeah, but the dogs just go like the little ones in my yard here. My little dog Charlie,
Wants
he
to
gets
charge them.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've got to fence the little
Ours would
part
too.
of the
Yeah.
yard off. He can sense it. Like he's in the
Mhm.
house and he goes, "There's a
Don't they
kangaroo in the
though?
backyard."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, our dog does that with the possums and even with the larger rats. She knows. Heck, she can even track spiders. She's really good, even mosquitoes. But yeah, ours does that with the possums out back. And one possum screamed at her one night, and it wasn't even close, but the possum must have known that she's a ratter, so she's gonna take it out if she
Oh
can.
boy.
Yeah.
She's a little miniature schnauzer. We call her Schnorky Wawa. She looks like a miniature schnauzer, but she's probably a mix
Yeah,
of something of some
the
sort.
dogs in my area go after the raccoons.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, if
That's
you ever,
scary. 'Cause raccoons,
will
ugh.
kill them or tear them up, man.
Yeah, they'll tear them up, and they have rabies too. So only one
Mhm.
bite, and you're,
Yeah.
if you're not up to date on your shots with your dog, you could lose your dog, or you rescue your dog, and then you're down there getting, what is it? I forget how many shots, 40 or something in the stomach. It's something crazy number.
Man, I just like
It's 12.
there's lots of raccoons here, man. I don't deal with them. Just go, just leave. Yeah, that's a
Is that the
devil right
Tasmanian
there.
devil? What they look like?
Mhm.
Sure is. Yep.
I'll be darn.
Yum,
Mhm.
yum, 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 yum. Yeah, they're basically a scavenger, so they eat basically
Yeah.
anything dead. They eat feathers, bone, skin, hair. They eat the whole lot, and they
Everything. Yep.
Are
yeah.
they
And
related to another animal like here in the States or in Alaska?
People might say they're like a badger, I suppose, but
Yeah, they do. They kind of look like they would be part of the badger family. Or what
Yeah.
was that other one, Bob, that was in the show, like Alone? That was always responsible for, like, if you did a trap, they would always go and sometimes
Oh,
just
the
eat.
Wolverine.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a
Have you
badass. You don't want to get near
that is
any
a
of
total
those ever.
animal.
Well,
None of
Never.
them.
Is it like that, Jonesy? Are the Tasmanian devils like Wolverine?
Well, not really. They're more of a they take advantage of certain situations. So and they're very solitary. They don't really hunt in packs, but they
Okay.
sort of hang around together, sort of, and one gets something, and then the noise that they make eating and snarling, then the others come in and they
The
rip.
track. That sounds like a
Yeah.
raccoon. Raccoons do that with each other
Yeah,
too. And then they'll fight with each other.
yeah, that's them. But
Yeah.
the reason they got that bad name, like the Tasmanian devil, was because when the first lot of settlers were here,
Mhm.
and in the
Mhm.
wilderness, they could hear these weird noises because they make these ungodly sounds at night, you know,
Oh.
like all these spooky sounds.
Mhm.
And they go, what the heck is that? You know, and then
Mhm.
yeah. Anyway, that's
So they thought they were spooky,
devilish. Yeah.
devilish things out
Yeah,
in
so
the.
there's a devil in the forest somewhere.
There's plenty of
And
animals
bedtime.
that have those sounds that.
I've heard them on video, and yeah, I would be like, "What if you're out in the dark and you don't know the location, and you hear that in the dark?" Yeah, I'd say at least the devil.
That's like
Man,
that guy who
they're
has those
noisy.
wolves. I wish I could find him, the trainer who has the wolves, because that wolf, it would talk about sound like a demon or a devil. When he vocalizes, it's like, oh my gosh, Satan just came out of hell. Like that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I love wolves, though. They're so
Oh, they're
beautiful.
beautiful. They're majestic, but oh boy, he scares the heck out of me with his vocalizations. You think he's going to eat his master, but nope, it's just
Yeah.
loving on him, and he's jealous when the master gives attention to his sister. So he makes all kinds of noises that, would
I-
make
Yeah.
anybody else pee their
I watched
pants.
a British show about people who keep unusual pets,
Mhm.
and one of them was a lady. She kept wolves,
Oh,
timber
yeah.
wolves or gray wolves.
Mhm.
She had 4 of them. One was able to live in the house with her. The other
No
3 were in a kennel outside, and if you put any part of your body anywhere near those wolves, you'd lose it. These
Mhm.
things were not no way you could domesticate them at all. They'd rip you to shreds. But one of them, she has it sleeping in the bed with her and stuff like that.
That's
It's like, lady,
crazy.
you can't observe what goes on outside your house, and you got that in your bed. You're nuts, lady. I mean,
I don't know if you could hear that through my headset. I need to see if I can share it and see if I
what you
can.
got?
Yes, Robert. A mukbang buffet for devils would be it's what they do in all the parks here. You know, where they get the tourists in, they'll starve them for the morning, and then the busload of tourists would come in, and they say,
Mhm.
"Would you like to see the feeding?" And they chuck a dead whatever that they've got roadkill
Mhm.
or whatever they like. A lot of the local government authorities drop off the local roadkills. Usually they're wallabies, and yeah, they just rip them apart.
For which
very
animal
messy.
is that? I missed that. Rips
No,
them
the
up.
devil.
The devil,
Oh,
the Tasmanian
okay.
devil.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they are pretty
Yeah.
ferocious.
Oh,
Okay.
they'll if you get say 10 of them in a like a tourist park in a nice viewing area, when
Mhm.
they do feeding, they sort of maybe they'll get a roadkill wallaby and they'll cut the wallaby in half and they'll throw half over here and half over there, just the whole wallaby, and mate, they just like vultures just straight into it in there
Oh,
The noise they
wow.
make, it's just
and break,
outrageous.
and their jaws got
Wow.
that much pounds per pressure that cracks straight through bone.
Oh, yikes.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, they're scary. They're not
Yeah.
like a
They're
raccoon.
not very big, but the
No,
sounds they make is absolutely ferocious.
they're
So
like a
they're
small
land
frog.
piranhas. Got it.
Land piranhas. I love it, Barry.
Mhm.
As long as you're walking, they usually leave you alone.
Yeah.
When you're sort of down on the ground, blood coming out of your leg, you might be in trouble.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you would be. Yeah, if you can't get up and get away from them, oh boy.
okay.
think
I'm gonna share it.
what did I see the other week? There hasn't been a death from any of them since about 1890 or something. So it's been a long time before someone's been killed.
I'm going to share this guy. Now, here's the guy with the wolves. And, just wanting attention, that just trying to get some attention is what it's titled.
Yeah.
Are y'all done?
Can you let me know if you can hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not even a
Bro,
vocalization
let's
compared
get
to
this.
usual.
There we go. You look like you got a beard. But you got a beard.
Yeah.
You got
It's
a
like
beard. Is that what it
Usually
is?
they're face to face, and he will be doing
I
the
love you.
vocalization.
It's like they're lining up his
There.
throat.
He did it.
Yeah.
It's like he sounds like a death metal.
Uh-huh.
Bro, can I get this?
Yeah, like
There
I've
we
stated, the
go.
one that I saw in the wilderness, stated that on Barry's channel, that they are not a dog. They are
No.
far different than a dog.
Yeah.
Their legs are so thick.
Yeah.
No.
And they talk about lone wolves, but usually if you see one, there's a pack nearby.
Nearby. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, they send a scout.
Mhm.
and that's like the coyotes will actually send one out and get your dog, play with your dog, and then lead them into the woods. And the rest of the coyotes will be there waiting for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Scary. Who would win, Tasmanian?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know. Versus honey
well-
badger.
The honey badger probably would, because the devils wouldn't attack it until it's dead. Really.
Oh, okay. They're more scavenger like than
Yeah.
Well, they serve a good purpose. They
Mhm.
clean up the forest floor.
Cats are safer.
ew, eat the hyenas. Isn't that like eating those birds that clean up? Don't hyenas have like some of that same stuff going on with their body? Like if you eat a vulture, supposedly it's not a good thing. Like because they feed off the dead. Like maybe it's just their stomach acid kills it and it's so strong. Maybe that's what I heard about them. But I heard you're like not supposed to eat them for a certain reason, like the meat.
CR, that's impossible. No one gets hungrier than you do. That
You-
guy can eat 24/7.
You
Oh, well,
said,
he's saying Gear is hungrier because Gear's ready to eat a hyena.
you said what I was thinking, Bob.
That sounds like me, Bob.
Mhm.
Not big cat. Oh, big cats scare me
Yeah.
because as soon as you usually hear them, you're dead.
You're already in their zone. They're coming for you. Yeah.
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 There
The
was.
mountain,
Go ahead.
the mountain lions here. Wife and I were sitting in the house and started looking up mountain lion videos in Washington and all the around the area where we live. And
Yeah.
here's about almost a 200-pound cat coming right straight at these people. Man, their eyes don't blink. They're coming right at you.
Yeah. They're like,
Nope.
oh, you look fun to maybe eat or play with for a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you don't know which.
Mhm.
And playing the way that cats play, you're still dead anyway.
That's right. Nearly every summer we lose one, maybe two people. When they're hiking
Really?
in the mountains and they get taken out. Yep.
By a mountain lion? Wow.
Mhm.
Well, there was this guy, he's with that show Mountain Men. Have you ever watched that show, Bob? Mountain Men, where they're up. It's maybe 4 loner males that they show, but they're all within a vicinity of each other up in the mountains. This one guy has the job of chasing off the big cats away from civilization before the snow goes away. And he's got hound dogs that go out and track them and then scare them off. And I'm like, no freaking way. He's like traversing down these hills that are like on inclines like this. And I'm like, that would have to be some serious good income from the town to put yourself in that position. Because the hound dogs will just take off. And you could have a cat up in a different tree, but they're on the scent of this other one. And you walk up and there's a cat that they're way up there and you're back there.
There's no way I'd have that thing close to my chest.
I was
Oh,
going to
heck
say,
no.
either he's shy on brains or big on balls.
I
Oh,
think the
that
second
thing
Reminds
would
me of
take your
Steve.
fingers right off.
This is one that's in an actual like
Like a
feeding it,
rescue?
like a rescue park.
Oh, okay. So he's probably the rescuer and had him when he was young, but still, they
He
can just
even looks
turn.
mean.
Yeah, he does. Looks like he's pissed off.
Yeah, see how he
He's
got
like-
him? He put his hand at the front, but then as his head come out to get him at the front, he opened the lid and grabbed
Oh,
his
this is the
tail.
guy that lets things bite him and stuff. I
Is
think
it?
the one that you're
Really?
showing, the one that's
I just-
reaching down in and demonstrating.
I was trying to find just them feeding. So
Him, the guy. Oh, no, it's not. He just looks like him. You know that guy I'm talking about, Jonesy, that lets things sting him like a bullet ant and things like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that guy
Oh,
do
look
that
at
in
him. He
South
picked it right
America.
up.
I got
Oh,
a
it is
photo.
him.
Like,
I think
I
it
got
is him.
I got a photo like this at the zoo about
Oh,
2
wow.
months back.
I would
Yeah.
totally love to have, even though they're so vicious, if they had one that you could actually hold, I would love that. I gotta feed a baby tiger with a bottle. Hey, Wyoming Adventures, good to have you in. Thanks for coming in. Welcome, welcome. Wyoming Adventures. Did I meet them over at your place, I think, Barry?
Hi,
Yeah,
Wyoming.
there were,
Hey, Wyoming.
wife and I were
you.
going through wildlife videos, and we saw these
Wow.
tourists with a koala bear.
Yeah,
And
they're
there's a
bears.
reason why they call it a koala bear, because
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, those things are ferocious. You don't want to get near them. And all of a sudden, it was mom, dad, and a little toddler kid, and that bear took off and tackled that little kid. And
Oh no, that's
and I said, yeah,
horrible.
see that, babe? That's why they call it a bear.
It
you
is a
know.
bear, and they've got huge claws to get up those
Mhm.
trees,
Yeah,
to get
Oh,
up
yeah.
the eucalyptus trees.
Chinese tourists.
They do. They look like teddy bears. They look like, you
Oh,
don't,
look at them going after that food. Oh boy, no more snuggle time's over with foods here.
That's it.
right?
Boy,
Look at
look at
that.
that.
What if they miss and get him? Goodness.
He's got his boots and his
Yeah. It does look kind of like that guy who lets himself get stung.
Homestead Aquarius said Coyote Peterson, I think.
Yes, that's him. It's Coyote something. Yeah, Coyote Peterson might be right, Homestead.
Look at them. Look at them.
It's called wildlife for a reason. Yep.
That's
Oh,
basically what
yes,
they do.
koalas are marsupials, but they're like a bear. They have a bear's attitude where they'll rip you up, is what Bob means. They're a wild
Yep.
animal,
Yeah. Mhm.
but they are marsupials, and they're cute with their little baby pouches with the little beans.
I bet if we could hear that video, that'd be just unbelievable snarling. Look at that. They're just going right through the bone. Right
Yep.
through the bone.
Like
Just
Barry said, land piranhas.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Oh,
telling you,
boy.
that's one place I'll never ever jump into is probably the waters off of Africa, the waters off of Australia,
South
and the
America too.
Amazon. Yeah, you'll never
Mhm.
catch.
Mhm.
Amazon
I'm
has so many fish that will eat holes through you. It's unbelievable.
and don't ever pee in the water in the
Oh
Amazon.
yes, the penis
yeah.
fishes.
You'll have a little hitchhiker for a long
That's right.
time.
Yes.
Go right up your urine tract and puts his spikes out and hi,
Me
I'm
with the
here.
wrong time.
Yeah.
It's not a UTI. It's me living in your urethra.
Oh,
No,
look at
thank
that.
you.
Man, they're just eating that thing like a table saw, man. Just row, row, row.
Yeah.
Wow. And they're so little, though. Like, look at how small
they're
they
small.
are, but
Yeah.
small but
Mhm.
fierce. Reminds me actually of myself and my daughter, except for we don't eat dead things like that. We don't just tackle
You cook
dead.
it first, right?
We cook it first. Yeah, we
Yeah.
cook it first. Whoops. I
Yeah,
might have
they
just
remind
woke
me of a Wolverine. Wolverines are similar to that, the same mentality of don't get between me and my food.
Yeah, look at him.
Ow.
Anyway, just
Lord have
That
mercy.
was cool.
Ferocious, man.
Can I
Have
have
you-
my hand back?
Have you seen the one lady that, excuse me, her and I don't know if it's her husband or her boyfriend or what, they dive with tiger sharks and great whites with no cage. and they free dive.
Bless them. Yeah, well,
They
they're
free dive.
canning-
They're
they're canning
conservationists, and they show people how to dive with them, and basically how to strong arm a big old
man.
shark,
Yeah,
how
their
to
days are
move
numbered.
out of its way in the water. I'm like,
If they do
yeah,
that, they're just dicing with you know what, and
yeah,
Yeah.
because
that's just crazy.
it'll take one, like usually a great white,
Yeah.
as you're watching
Busy
into
with
your
that,
left and to
yeah.
your right,
Yeah,
that the ones that eat you come from underneath and come
underneath and
straight
up,
up.
and you don't see them
Mhm.
until they're there.
No,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Like
And
there was a girl went missing on the beach 2 weeks ago up here, about 4 miles from my place. She went into the
Yeah.
water with she was there on the beach with 4 of her friends, and
Oh.
there's no
Mm.
lifeguards, but it's like a bay. It's not like a lot of surf. But she went into the water and she didn't come back. And then the friends didn't hear screams. They didn't see struggle in the water. They didn't see nothing.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then probably a week
horrible.
later they found a part of her further up around the
Oh,
coastline. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Jaws did me in on waters that have great whites, and then when they started saying that we had Catherine, I don't know if you heard about the great white named Catherine. She was rather large, and they were tracking her up the east coast of the United States. Catherine would come for visits down here, and of course, the one time I had enough guts to get back into the water, I was even in like my shorts. I go and hear on the radio as soon as I get home, "Oh, Catherine, we had a pinging from her, off the coast of Florida and near Palm Beach
Oh.
County." And I'm like, never going in the
Yeah.
again.
There's a sea predator that people underestimate here in the States and around the world. They
Mhm.
live around the world. It's those sea lions. They're
Oh,
not a
they're
seal. They're a
nasty.
sea lion. And
Yeah, they're
yeah,
nasty.
they're here
we were
too.
California has a ton of
now
them too.
we were watching a video of how a guy was walking down a very small dock with his dog, and that sea lion was coming out of the water quite a bunch of times trying to get that dog. And I
Mm.
just said to Mrs., I said, they're a predator. People underestimate them. They are a predator. And then
Oh,
a
yeah.
next video clip came to a small child in the surf. Man, this sea lion came right for that little girl. Bam! Grabbed that kid and tore her up pretty bad before the parents could get the kid back on land. But
Wow.
same with river otters here.
Oh, yeah, I tried to tell people that here
Mm,
when I saw that river
mm,
otter, and they're like, "Oh, but
mm.
they're so gentle and they're cute." I'm like,
No,
"Are
they're
you
not.
not watching any YouTube videos?" Because
Yeah,
no, they're not. They bite.
they are a predator. You know,
Yeah, they're a predator, exactly.
if he's
They're
hungry, he's
so
going to take you.
Well,
damn cute.
they are
They are
cute,
cute.
but they'll take those huge iguanas that we have here. They'll take one down, no problem. They take
Yeah.
ducks down.
Mhm.
That one time when I saw the otter, there was ducks, and I heard them going crazy. I'm like, something's going down, but what is it? And then finally the otter popped its head up, and you hear me go, "Oh, frick." And there's an otter. And what's funny is in the video, the otter's like, "Where's the otter?" Like he looks like he's going, "Where's the otter?"
Coyote Peterson.
Peterson, yeah.
Okay,
So
it
that
is
was
Coyote Peterson. Good call.
yeah.
Good call. Yeah, I saw him do, I think it was a bullet ant. He let a bullet ant get him or
I
something
saw
like
one.
that.
I
We've
saw
got
one fella. Excuse me,
Jacksons.
just a second, Jonesy. I mean, I had never seen anybody dumber than this guy. I don't remember who he was. He was living with the Amazon tribes, and they made a mitten out of palm leaves,
Mhm.
and they put a bunch of bullet ants in there, and he stuck his hand in there, a bunch of them, and they all bit him and kept biting him, and
Was
he
that
was,
like
yeah,
for an initiation?
that's what they said on the camera, but the locals were like, we should stop this,
Yeah,
so they pulled the glove off, and they're still hooked to his hand, and he went into so much agonizing pain, he collapsed.
of
you know
course. And he probably could
you,
have had an allergic reaction and
yeah,
died because he's not
you
used to the venom.
did that for the video. Yes.
Dumb.
God.
I have to say, just the twig ants that that twig ant that got on me from just out west here compared to the twig ants that we have in my backyard. Yep, there they are.
Mhm.
And it stung me. That's what I have, the venomous, painful stinger. But they
Yep.
don't have those front nastiness.
These are jack
Uh,
jumpers. These are locals
no.
for us.
Oh, so they're like a wingless hornet, but with fangs. Nice.
These are ants. These are ants
yeah.
in Australia. Yeah.
You guys have
No,
way
thank
too many
you.
things that want to kill you down there. I know you hear that often, but
Yeah.
it's
These
true.
are called jack jumpers. Our state basketball team are called the jack jumpers because it sounds good. But
So
yeah.
they use their mandibles to grab on, and then they just sting the crap out of you over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got these in my backyard.
Yeah, we have something called the twig ant, and the stinger is a little bit like that or bigger. And one blew me up. Like I had huge welts on my arm. I thought they bit until I was like, okay, I've never had this reaction except for like from a bee sting. And that's when I found out, oh no, they sting you. That's not a bite. And this one was nasty. It got me
and United.
4 times before I got it off. Hi, Andy. Good to see you. Independent, many united. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, no thanks for the bullet ants. And they're here. They're actually here.
Independent.
They're actually near they're in the north part of, they're in Panhandle, and I believe they're in lower Alabama, southern Alabama.
Yeah.
They're a type from, I think, Central America. They got in here.
America.
America.
Yep. You know, everybody wants to come to America, including bullet ants and invasive species. Yep.
And Cayman and all kinds of stuff.
Yep, we have caimans. I'm pretty sure we have those now too, I think is what I heard.
I've seen,
not to mention.
Yeah, I've seen documentaries about how that they are an invasive species in Florida and they have a bounty on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should see all the tegus and everything that they pick up in the Everglades. There's a guy that his famous saying is yoink. They'll yoink them out of that's what he says when he grabs them. He'll go yoink. And wow, yeah, I didn't know we had that many different varieties of lizards that were living in the Everglades that aren't supposed to be there.
Well, just a moment ago, Carol, you said, Carol says, "Oh, I wouldn't want to live in Australia. You got all this."
I know we're like a
You
mini
got-
Australia.
We're
becoming like a mini.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's it.
We are. We are.
Yeah, but you get like red belly black snakes are pretty common and they can kill you. But I was watching a video, like I'm watching a video of red belly black snakes because we next door had one, and I thought I better keep cutting the grass because they won't want to come in on the short grass because they're opened up to the birds. But anyway,
Good night, CR. I didn't see that, honey.
no
I'm
one's
sorry.
been killed. No one's been killed by one of them for 100 years.
The red belly.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't want to get bitten.
No, anything toxic.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather.
Funny thing about the cane toads is the Australian crow figured out how to flip it on its back and eat its innards from under its underside.
Brilliant.
So yes, the Australian crow had it there. They had it there longer than we got it too for our sugarcane fields. To take care of a beetle or something, I think is why they put it here. And then, of course, it's hugely invasive and nothing wants to eat it. But I was so happy to see Australian crows figured out the puzzle. Now, if they would just, one murder from your, from Australia would come over here and teach a murder here to murder those things.
This is how you do it, mate.
It's generational, but it takes like one or two to do it and then not die. And then others will see it. That's how the black snakes. When the cane toads were getting eaten by the snakes and the snakes would die, and then other snakes are going, okay, get the littlest, don't go for the big toad, go for the smallest toad.
Morning, Billy.
They'd still get sick, but they wouldn't die. So then because
Oh,
there's
Oh.
millions of them. So now the
Yeah.
snakes have evolved into eating the smaller cane toads, but the older, bigger ones are the ones breeding, and the cycle doesn't stop. So
yeah, it doesn't stop. It's
Yeah.
really, it's horrible.
It's
And they're so
always-
funny. They're like, oh, you know, you got to make sure that they like humanely kill them. They turn into rocks when you try to smack the crap out of those things. So you're supposed to
Hear 'em
stick
pop.
them in your freezer. I'm not sticking some poisonous toad in my freezer and letting
You
it.
drive over 'em. You drive over them in your car, and they pop.
Yeah,
like
they pop. That's the great way to do it.
I'll,
We-
I'll be
Yeah,
right
yeah.
back, guys. Wife
Okay.
just arrived home. I'll be right back.
It's
Yeah,
a
my
hobby.
friend
in,
used- it's a
yeah, it's a
hobby
hobby.
there.
Yeah, in North Queensland, to kill as many as you can. Like if you're driving down the road and you see them all there, everyone's sort of trying to get them. You know, trying to hit
I
them.
love it. Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
friend that did that because her dog had gotten, you know, she lived. It was a big pit bull, had mouthed them, and they were constantly like rinsing out the stuff out of her mouth from those toads. And so when
The
it would rain
toxins.
down here, she was always looking for them, and we were running them over with our cars. Her and
It's
I.
always fun here in the springtime when you know we get some spring rains.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit humid, and you're out there messing around in the yard. Look down, and there's a damn scorpion looking up at you like, "Hey, buddy, you want to take me
man.
on?" And you're like, "No, I really
hey.
don't."
We had a scorpion in our kitchen sink. My wife, not wearing her glasses, she's doing the dishes. Like she's just about to turn the water on to. We got dual sinks. So the clean sink, she thought it was, what's this dirty stuff? And she's put her hand down there to sort of wash it into the sink, and it started to move. And she's gone, I've got a cockroach. And I've come out there and gone, that ain't a cockroach. Let me kill it. That was a scorpion in the kitchen sink. So,
Oh my gosh. No, thank you. Oops, I'm sorry, Billy. I didn't mean to do that.
I have actually seen small ones in the house.
I think I put you in timeout
This
by
was-
accident.
this was down the road from our place.
Oh,
Isil
He-
was
I
falling
think he's
in
got
love with the red
got a
car.
crush. Yeah. Oh, you're
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
You want to
And
go
like those
out?
dolphins in Florida.
Right? It's like the dolphins.
Some perverted dolphins down there. I don't know what they're
Perverted
teaching.
dolphins everywhere where they are. Dolphins are just perverted, period.
Must be watching humans on their boats out there in the
The council-
ocean, you know.
Wyoming, though, don't you have
The
the
council
bears
put
and the... Oh, it is cute, but yeah. I wouldn't want to meet with it on the road while it's liking my car. So what? They gave it its own social...
Neil,
Seal.
yeah, social media. Yeah, Neil the Seal.
Neil the
Neil the
seal. Too
There's
funny.
Yeah.
4 great big raccoons out in the backyard. Mrs. was coming in the front, and there's
Uh-oh.
4 of them. They're about that big, each one of them, a whole family of them.
No, thank you. I don't like
Yeah,
it
you
when
can
they
go back
gang
in.
up on my property.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
He
thought
would-
you had, Rizzle. Okay.
Oh, Bob, you're
And
gonna make me
rattlesnakes.
hungry.
Grizzlies and rattlesnakes. Yeah. No, thank you for the grizzlies. Yeah. I know. Bob's going to
He-
make us all hungry with his french fries.
That's okay. I got a sub sandwich. I got some left over for my lunch today.
That's,
Oh, good
that's
for
all right,
you.
Bob. I had KFC for lunch.
Okay.
Mm.
But
And
yeah,
KFC is better in other countries, too. It's crap here
Mm.
now. They don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
It's
adorable.
Yeah, that's
priced
what-
out. It's just so expensive.
Yeah,
this
the
is that's a video on my channel called Neil the Seal. Anyway, but
that's sweet.
How'd they get my
The,
ex-wife
yeah.
on a YouTube video?
hang on.
That's horrible.
in
Yeah,
in bad
no, he-
taste.
Oh well.
yes, Bob.
Yeah, a lot
somebody
of
for
snakes
everybody out
aren't. Even the ones that are people think they are not here in the States. Although cottonmouths will sometimes
They will.
Yeah.
come towards you, but sometimes what they're doing, and even rattlesnakes, is they see shelter. They see you in an area and they see your shadow and you creating a shadow, at least with
Oh,
the rattlesnakes, like out in the desert. And they say, like, that's what they're seeking. They're not trying to come at you. They're coming at your shelter, which basically is the same thing. It's still you, but they're seeking that shadow that will keep them out of the sun for a little bit.
I would have to like, okay, timber rattlers and
Yeah.
the
Wow, that's an attractive picture.
copperheads.
yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Your copperheads, no thank you. That's
They
true.
are aggressive out here, especially if they've got a clutch of eggs and.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
uh,
I'm not for. I shouldn't have spoke for all of
But
I was
thankfully,
Florida.
we have a lot more black
Oh.
snakes than what we do the copperheads, and
Yeah,
the rattlers are more towards in the more mountainous areas.
yeah.
I mean, I realize that these
We have
kind of look like
rattlers.
mountains around me, but these are
Yeah.
more ridges and hills here.
Okay.
But like
Yeah.
if you want to look at the Appalachia, or you want to look at eastern, like southeastern Kentucky, where the mountains are,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna find timber
Well,
rattlers and
that timber rattler that Laura had come up on her
yeah,
property, that thing was
they're
ginormous.
aggressive.
Mm,
And
yeah.
when I saw the pattern, I think that's the one that slithered by the front of our old townhouse down in Broward that I said to my dad, I'm like, there's a big snake out there. Do you mind, like, and he's like, no, it can go by. Just let it go. Because I had a little
Excuse me.
girl at the time and I was afraid it might come back. And I thought I recognized it as a rattler, but I didn't recognize the exact pattern of what type it was. Yeah. This scares me totally. Those are man eaters. Grizzlies are man eaters.
Yeah, yeah.
We
You
have
can't
There you go,
out
Billy.
you
Now just
can't outrun them.
behave yourself, mister.
There's only a few grizzlies in Washington State that I'm aware of. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
black bears here in Kentucky,
Yeah, we do.
That's
and they're for the most part they're gentle. But
yeah.
you don't want to get around a mom when she's got her baby. She's just like
Oh no.
any other wildlife species out there. You don't want to be around them when they got their
Mhm.
cubs, because
Yeah.
and people in Lexington don't understand that.
Mhm.
It's the age old thing that humanity is pushing a lot of this wildlife away from its habitats. But on the other hand, they're also looking for food, and where else better
Mhm.
to find food is populated areas. So
Yeah.
they're seeing them in Lexington, Louisville.
Yeah, they're coming
Frankfurt.
down into towns to eat out of the
Yeah.
garbages, and they smell the smells like
I mean,
the
it's really
restaurants.
a big surprise that we haven't seen it here in the valley here.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they're like a dog. They're omnivorous. They're,
but
opportunistic.
the coyotes are bad this year here.
Are they? Yeah, but I think it was Bob who told us about, like, if you kill a coyote, they immediately go into heat. They're the females within the pack. Like, if they're missing a pack member, that the females will go into heat right away.
Well, then that really would upset the balance. So then you'd be having, if there's obviously there'd be more than one male in a pack. So
Oh, bye, Jonesy. I hope you didn't. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I bet. Mostly tourists who don't listen. That's like the people who go and they look at the buffaloes and get up close to those idiots. Like, or are on those car rides through, state parks and get out of their cars. We had to actually, well, we didn't. It's not my place, but Lion Country Safari had to lock up the lions because of the peoples doing dumb things. Town Jackson has lots of grizzlies. Oh, in town daily? Oh, that would be horrible. Can you imagine being out with your kids and you're just doing some shopping and there's a freaking grizzly at your car?
yeah, no, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I would pee my pants. I would literally, I'm afraid my legs might lock up.
I believe I would defecate myself.
Yeah, I would totally defecate myself. For sure.
Did Jonesy drop off?
Yeah, coyotes do that. Yeah, he did. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking of the bison, Wyoming adventures. Yeah, because moose look so gentle because they look like big horses. But But even wild
Uh-huh.
horses,
They'll kill
they can
you.
rear up and kill you.
They
People
can
are
kill
so
you. Mhm.
dumb when it comes to wild animals.
If you look at moose, they don't even hang out with other moose.
Mm-mm.
They're
No,
a
they're pretty
bad-tempered
smart.
animal. They don't even like each other. And you see these people, oh, Marvin, take my picture with the moose. And the
They're
next thing
like
you
the
know, that thing's like,
grumpy old men of nature.
yeah, they are.
They can't stand each other. I remember some older guy at the store saying that to me. He's like, it's not that we just can't stand everybody because we really can't stand our own.
Yeah.
Like grumpy older men can't stand other grumpy older men. That's one thing I've never seen when I've gone to Vermont, and I wanted to see one, was a moose. Not like go up to it and pet it, but just
No,
oh,
I
was
would
it
stay way away from them.
rutting? Oh, moose will trample you for fun. Oh, fun. I didn't know that
Mhm.
about them.
They will. Mhm.
It was chasing. Oh, there you are, Jonesy.
Oh,
There you are. You're back.
twice. Hey, Jonesy.
Where was it rutting season, Wyoming? I bet it did scare the crap out of you. It was scared the crap out of me.
Some of the Alaskans I grew up said that they'll kill you any time of year. You just get too close, they'll just kill you. They'll stomp you to death. So
Sharon tried to explain a weird looking dog. Oh no, that's not good. So it wasn't a weird looking dog. It was a mountain lion, perhaps. Yikes. I know in Idaho too, they have them that come down, the mountain lions, and
they
into
do.
town.
They do. Mhm.
No way. Oh, okay. Along creek beds. You're lucky you didn't visit a grizzly. I mean, a grizzly didn't visit you too. I've seen that where they've seen grizzly sightings is when they're fishing. People are fishing, and all of a sudden there's a grizzly on the other side, and I'd be like, "Time to go!" And they're still taking pictures. They're like, "Wow, look at that grizzly over there." Yeah, wow. What happens if it
Yeah.
decides it's interested in you? It can get over to your side mighty fast because
Yeah,
it's
I knew
usually it's a shallow, like they're in an area that's not even that deep where the
Mhm.
grizzly is across the way, and it's like crazy. Oh, he must be having some issues.
We have, well, they call them Kentucky elk,
Murder horse.
but they've actually established, I think it's like something like 20 counties that
Oh, wow.
where they're controlled, because the population had fell out some years back, and they're trying to bring that population back up. So they do allow like
That's
a
good,
certain
Billy.
amount of hunting, but for the most part, they're protected.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't know that about them, Q. That they were mean and nasty. Because I saw some guy actually free a moose that had gotten tangled up. I don't know what it was tangled up in on somebody's fence, and they freed it. And then the moose was just wanted to like almost thank the man for saving it and let the man actually pet it.
Wow.
But of course,
Wow.
the man had a fence between him and this moose, so the moose was not
Okay.
going to trample forward. But the moose stayed there and like just checked him out and let him pet him. But what was funny was the person who was not involved in it was like his friend that was nearby who was not involved in freeing the moose. The moose was like, no, like, you didn't earn my
Mhm.
respect. He earned
I
my
get that.
respect. Yeah, maybe the sun fart interference. I did not pray for those sun farts. Told you, just concentrated ones on certain individuals.
Yeah, fellow I
Or
worked with at Boeing, he and
groups
his
of
wife
people.
both grew up in Alaska, and they came down here to Washington to get work. That's pretty common. And I asked him, well, what do you do when the grizzlies come out of the bush and grab your stringer full of fish? He goes, it happens all the time.
Hmm.
Just, well, what do you do? He goes, let them take it. Oh, what do you think? It's like, stupid question, dummy. What do you
Yeah,
do? Just let him have them.
yeah,
Can I share this picture? Is it
yeah,
of an elk?
yeah.
Okay, hold on a sec here. I think they're beautiful creatures. I mean, they.
They are
Wow.
enormous.
I didn't know
Mhm.
that. I had no clue about them. Yeah, elks are. I've never had elk meat. I would like to try it.
That's true,
I would
Wickenshire.
too.
Yeah, we have those here. Mhm. Yep.
Pretty. They just look so majestic, I think.
I've seen some of those. The bulls get as big as a horse. They are that.
The
Yeah.
elks?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not as big as a moose, but that's their second up to a moose. But yeah, exactly, Wickenshire. Yeah, not to live in
16
Alaska.
Right.
1997, when more than 1,500 elk were reintroduced to 16 counties in Kentucky. This
Oh.
massive project, which involved nonstop cross-country transport with drivers trading off every 8 hours, required the cooperation of the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, and the Fish and Wildlife units in Arizona, Kansas, North Dakota, New Mexico, Oregon, and Utah. They all
Reintroductions.
pretty much band together to bring them back.
Bring
Good.
back. Good. We might
And
need them
those-
someday in those states. They're going to need meat resource.
Saw one in eastern Kentucky when I lived down there. I saw one tear up a little compact Japanese car.
Oh,
We were trying to flag people to go over into the other lane, the slow lane, and this little car just kept coming, and we're just like waving him down, and he's not paying attention. And he went basically he went like this,
Mhm.
and it just nose first into the pavement after he jumped that little elk, or not little, but by the time it got run over, it was little. But it did. It just bang, and he went like a quarter mile up the road and had to pull off into a gas station. Radiator and everything was shattered.
Wow. That's
Pay
awful.
attention when people are flagging you down. There's something massive in the road. You might
Yeah.
want to go around it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
right?
might want to take warning. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in a compact.
That's crazy, Q. They totally have them because I remember somebody talking about them coming down into town and around his house.
Yeah.
Elk, good eating. Yeah,
Be
Q,
right
that's
back.
about, I guess, the price of ribeye here. Or a good sirloin is about 15 pound. I'll have to look and see if we have any available at that what's it called? The one that Passamaquoddy orders from, Wild something, Fork or something. So I could maybe try it. I know I can't eat bison. Something with that meat disagrees with me.
Wife and I had some bison the other night at
Yeah.
one of the reservations. Yeah, it was okay. It's good. Tasted a lot like beef, but a little bit different. Yeah. Today it's on the menu, bison burgers. Wife goes, I don't want to eat a whole burger. And I said, well, I'll order one and we'll split it. So she took a few bites and just like, it's okay. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a richer beef. And I think my stomach just couldn't digest it. Maybe because I didn't grow up on it and I never had it before. So I'm already enzyme deficient. So I probably didn't even have the enzyme to digest it. Something like that. I just teased you, Radio Jonesy. That I said something about that to GT Junior grows it in Alaska. I was like, oh, you guys have Wi-Fi in Alaska? Like, just teasing. Just teasing.
No joke, Carol. This one gal that I used to work with, her name was Karen. Moron. Karen the walking moron. You know, this was back when I was early years of courting my wife. And she asked, well, how do you talk to her? So it was on Skype. You mean on a computer? Yeah, they have computers. Did they have electricity there?
Oh my gosh, no, she didn't.
No, she was genuine. I said, no, actually what we do is I bang two rocks together and I wait for a response.
Oh my gosh.
It
No, we have a really long string and cups. how
Took her
we
like 40
communicate.
seconds when I did the bang the rock thing. She went, I was like, oh my God, God help
Oh
me.
my goodness. That sounds amazing, Wyoming Adventures. That sounds amazing. It sounds like a Hallmark movie. We have a small elk refuge by my town. The Jackson Elk Refuge is awesome. You can go on a refuge
Wow.
on the refuge on a horse sleigh ride through the refuge with 15,000 elk.
Absolutely.
That sounds
That
amazing.
would be awesome.
Yeah, I bet they've probably filmed there. Hallmark films stuff like that, like in the snow in one of their Christmas movies, probably. Oh, okay. Oh, at the villages. Yeah. What are you doing hanging out at the villages there, Q? Like,
Mm.
older
Mm.
people's swingers hang out there.
Really? Where do I find that?
The villages in Florida.
The
I don't know. That's what
villages?
Q usually says about the place, so I'm surprised that like she was hanging out there. Yeah, that Wickershire, they have the mountain lions there before, and they just were, did they putter out somehow? Because we had the Florida panther, and its counts were continuing to go down to where it was almost extinct, and they made a hybrid, basically a hybrid panther, and now we have that. Well, they didn't consider it's gonna like something tasty to eat, and it likes our key deer, which too now I think are endangered because of them reintroducing the panther. So yeah, it should be interesting what happens with Florida, with them trying to balance Florida out when I think there's just no balancing out this place after all the invasives.
Yeah, they introduced the Roosevelt elk to Washington State around 1900, something like that. We had elk, but everything they were overhunted, and
wow, in
the
New
cats
Mexico.
and the bears killed them and ate them, and so they decided, well, let's bring them from the Rocky Mountains, put them in the Cascade Mountains, and man, they flourished.
Well, here there are a ton of coyotes. Yeah, we have them out west where there's nature reserves too. I think they're going to, because they put lionfish on the menu, and they have like a lionfish festival where divers go out and spearfish them. Yeah, somebody did that in Florida too, Bob. We have lionfish, and it's a problem. So now they put them on the menu.
Do they eat the lionfish?
I guess so. Like the puffers, they fillet them and treat them a certain way, and they're safe to eat. I will never eat one.
No, it's risky.
Too risky. But I think it's really the venomous part is those spines. I don't know. Maybe if they'll remove those spines that it's okay. I'm not sure. Game and Fish Department does a great job. That's good. I just think our Game and Fish can't keep up after the hurricanes that knocked over that where we got the pythons from, because who knows what else was in there that got out. And I'm not sure if that was Hurricane Andrew or before that. Okay, my neck of the woods around me is a constant civil war. It moves, it goes to freezer. Yeah, right. Well, we use pellet guns for the iguanas, but now the iguanas, we need something a little bit like a CO2 cartridge instead of a pump handheld. But it was kind of cool to see my husband shooting them, being infantry in the Army. I saw some of his training didn't just go awry after all these years. Yeah, he's a good marksman.
Right back on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jonesy. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate you.
Yeah, totally appreciate it. Thanks, Jonesy. Have a good night. Appreciate you coming up for a while and showing us the different stuff from Tanzania. I really enjoyed it. I love wildlife. And I like that idea of you walking on the beach. Keep it up for your health. That's wonderful. And the videos are really pretty.
So Bob's over there munching on McDonald's, and I'm thinking about that $10 for 3 pounds of ground turkey I bought today.
Oh, that's not
You
bad.
gotta be kidding me. $10, really?
For 3 pounds, though?
For 3 pounds in a chug.
That's usually about $5 a pound here.
Yeah.
So it would be
I'm saying.
15 here.
But
Right.
I was sitting here thinking, Bob's just chewing down on that. I have to go in there and make me a turkey burger because
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it is just the barbs have venom, he said, and they're supposed to be really good eating. Well, I suppose the iguanas are on somebody's menu. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe Florida's afraid of salmonella for right now. I don't know. They're definitely on the Central and South Americans menus, and they disappear sometimes around me. And we have, that population around here of people of various mixtures of,
wow.
in South Florida, there's a very large Spanish or Latino culture from all various places that speak Spanish. I don't even know how to say that properly, but I should know Spanish by now. There's just so much Spanish speaking in Florida, and especially in South Florida. But you wouldn't believe it. Like West Coast Mexican Spanish is totally different dialect than like go to Miami and Cuban Spanish.
And Spain.
And Spain. Oh, yes. And they
Wow.
list.
Big difference. Big difference. Yeah.
I remember my teacher talking about that. He was Cuban, and he was saying how they say certain things like with like a lisp almost in Spain, and in the pronunciation, and how they don't do that here. And yeah,
like Zaragoza.
Mm-hmm.
Zaragoza. There was a queen of Spain. She had a lisp.
Oh, really? That's where it comes from. Okay.
Yes,
he probably told the story and I forgot. But
yeah, and Spanish royalty, you didn't want to get on their bad side. They'd execute you without even a hesitation, And so that stuck in the Spanish language. Zaragoza. It's Zaragoza, but Zaragoza. Like, what? All those hundreds of years ago? Really?
See,
that's right. They are tree chicken. Yes, Cuban tree chicken. Okay.
Yes. Tree chicken, yeah.
I do call them tree chicken. Yep, that's true.
I think
that's a ton of meat, Wyoming. Did you see that, Barry? What she said? Or he said
500 pounds of meat. I'm wondering because like
where would I put that? Even you gotta have a really big freezer.
I mean, my freezer couldn't hold half of that, but where I can't have beef, it's like, wow, there's got to be some of this wild meat that I can have.
Yeah, I would think so.
I need to talk to a dietitian about it. Not that I can afford it, but it'd be nice to have an option.
Elk is pretty good. I like elk better than deer. But still, elk and deer, to me, they taste a lot like liver.
Yeah.
And they call it the gamey taste. It tastes like liver. So it's like you want some pork, beef, chicken, elk, deer. Well, give me the pork and beef.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Gamey.
It's like,
yeah. But don't you like for any kind of gamey meat, isn't it? Like you can soak it in milk or you can soak it in something to get some of that out of it, or no?
Oh, honey, I've heard 10,000 recipes and
but I mean, I didn't know if that was true because I'm not a game.
And they all say the same thing. Oh, it's really good if you okay.
if you put a lot of preparation.
I
have heard that moose is good. Like I've heard that moose meat is good.
Just avoid it,
Unless I gave some away. Wow.
I mean, I'll eat it, but it's like, if I have a choice, I'm not going to go.
Okay, you are a lady. I thought so, Wyoming. When we were talking, you just seemed so empathetic and Barry's live. Not that men can't be empathetic, but you just, I was pretty sure. I went over to your channel and was pretty sure.
Yeah, elk is better, isn't it, Wyoming?
Okay, so far, Homestead Aquarius would eat lionfish and he would eat iguana. My buddy John had his life. What? Ruined. Aw.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I haven't passed up a meal yet. You know, if somebody who prepares it and they eat it daily and they offer me some, well, I'll eat it. I'll try it.
John, Billy, you are highly intelligent. I think you're on the spectrum though too, right? I think you said one time. And a lot of the spectrum people are highly intelligent that are on the high end of the
Living in a
spectrum.
van down by the river.
If it's a
That sounds like a
Mercedes,
song. Doesn't that sound like a song? Poor man, though, like lost his home.
that was a Saturday Night Live skit with Ron Candy.
Okay.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley,
Yeah.
He was telling his kids that if they didn't straighten up, they would end up living in a van down by the river. And he was like yelling it.
He was a motivational speaker, and that's where he lives. And he lives in a van down by the river.
Yeah.
And you want to stay in school, or else you end up like me. And
living in a van down by the river.
I got it wrong. It's buttermilk. You have
Classic
to.
stuff,
Okay.
man.
I watched that when it originally aired back in the 80s with my best friend was over at the house, and we both fell out on the floor in that skit. Big Billy hanging out wearing this plaid jacket suit hanging. Yeah, oh my God, you've got to see it. It's Chris Farley. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
It is. It's all over the place now.
Wait a minute.
I think it's guy
trying
humor,
you guys are... There we go. I eat deer any day over beef. I've heard that from people who eat deer, that they have a preference for it. Antelope? Okay, definitely never eaten antelope.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I've
Down
seen an
by
antelope
the river.
in my life.
It's
Like,
just a skinny deer.
like in a
Yeah.
zoo or anything.
Very fast.
I love those skits too,
Yeah.
but I cannot for the life of me remember any of them. It's terrible. Until I'm visually seeing it again. Yes, the old SNL was hilarious. The spectrum leaves me high and dry a lot of the times. Yeah, well, that part of our brains is difficult. Yes, I so understand that. Executive functioning sucks with being.
Wait, sure. Project said, Robert, you hawking your new channel?
I don't know. It's only Robert's if it's hands. That was so funny when somebody said that. Somebody said that on his channel. I about died. Like, haven't seen your hands in a long time or something like that.
Yeah,
Good to
we
see
haven't
you.
we haven't seen you, almost violate in a while.
Yeah, don't want that. All right, let me see if I can get to the chat. I thought I had it open. Wait a minute. What did I do? Why isn't it? Yes, close the player. I'm trying to open it. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to get the link to open it to show part of it. It's on
the pleasures of running a Mac. Sorry.
I wish they wouldn't have these commercials that you have to watch, like instead of the skip forward. Okay, there it is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it set up.
We call antelope speed goats.
Oh, speed goats? Funny.
They are fast. They really are. Very elegant when they run too.
Yeah, a friend of mine would go down every year to Wyoming and kill a what do you call it? And he said Wyoming's full of them. They're thick. They're everywhere. And when he took it to a butcher shop to get it butchered, he goes, "Where do you want me to put it?" And he goes, "Just throw it on the pile over there with the rest of them." And, they call them fast goats or speed goats. Because they taste like goat, I guess.
There she can get.
me see. Oh, I didn't share it. I'm a dork.
Sorry, I
Well,
was.
let's
There it is. There
get
it
it
is.
started
There it
then.
is. Oh my
All
god,
right,
I love
well,
this shit. I was just
Brian,
laughing so hard.
Father Ted and I are a little
They
bit.
don't want to live in a van down by the river.
About
Phil
1980 when
Hartman,
that
that was
first
his
came
name.
out. Yeah, my
That was
buddy
him.
and I, he was
Yeah.
over and we fell on the floor laughing so loud with that. Oh god.
Were you rolling doobies, Bob, in a van down by the river watching it?
We were out in my
Yeah, it's a
dad's
very.
shop
Mhm.
rolling doobies.
I think even my husband had a thing for Christine Applegate when she was young, like that.
Oh, she
That
was
she
yummalicious.
beautiful, beautiful. She's still beautiful, but the poor woman has really bad MS. She can't walk anymore.
I'm sorry. She was beautiful after married with children.
Yeah,
She
both.
was just slutty.
Yeah,
Pretty then.
yeah,
Married
yeah.
with
Slutty pretty
children.
then. She got even prettier. Yep. She got,
Yep.
yeah, she was a good looking actress. She still is. It's a shame that MS is really taken over. And so is the medications, I think, to control it.
That whole thing with his
Like
belt.
age too fast. Yeah, that was funny. I forgot about that.
I had my mic off most of the time, but I want you guys to know that I was laughing for almost 20 minutes nonstop. I just couldn't stop. Just
Married with Children. It was always in the bathroom, his office, and the way he would sit. Ow! It would sit on the sofa with his hands in his pants, with a hand in his pants. Oh my gosh! Yeah, thing for
prison kept you away. Yeah, 15 will
yeah.
get you 20. Yeah,
That's right. She was a young thing then. Yep, that's
Mhm.
true. That's true. Well, my eyes are starting to burn for some reason, so I think I'm going to call it because it's probably this room. I still have plenty of cleaning out to do. But thank you guys for coming in for tonight. I'm trying to, of course, get hours because I've had so many taken the last couple of years. Just haven't been putting hours into my own channel.
Mhm.
And then, taking care of mom and stuff, but also just getting back into this, YouTube thing. I figured lives are easier for me right now, and then I'll work my way back into videos.
Yeah.
Going outside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Check out our
Mhm.
guests here on the panel tonight. Bob 942, Storms, Radios and Cats, and then Radio Jonesy Adventures was the channel he had tonight.
Yep.
I think. Thank you, Side Chat, for giving me a good night and keeping us company. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, panel, Bob. And we're grateful when you and Barry come up. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.